Today I'm in a place where you just can't help but just stop and want to take pictures every step of the way. So I don't know if you can see kind of through. Let me see if I can just kind of manipulate the camera. Looking through there, if you see that mountain, that's Pikes Peak. So you guessed it, I'm in Colorado. And we got here last night, or yesterday evening late. And I'm going on a hike. Now, I'm not acclimated yet, so I'll probably suffer for this, but I've got both the XP Deus and the Manticore in my backpack. I'm already out of breath, and I'm just talking. So anyway, I can hike down here and explore some of these prospect holes that some of the old timers, when they were looking for gold, they dug those. And I've been down there before, probably, man, I don't know, over 10 years ago. Heading up here to a really kind of a wild area. There are some boulders piled up here, and one of these boulders is like the size of a house. And, you know, I don't know if that means there's anything there, but it would be a focal point for people who would be traveling through. They might camp in a place like this, or maybe just spend a little time. And so that would be a place where theoretically something could have been dropped. So we're going to check it out. Boulder. I mean, you can walk downhill of this thing and see it just sitting on other huge boulders. And so anyway, this thing is, like I said, the size of a house. And again, good camping areas here. Can you see that hole right there? I don't know. It was going the wrong way. That depression, that's going to be one of those prospect holes I was talking about. If there's a prospect hole right there, then, you know, there were miners around here. And so, like I say, I'm going to break out the Manticore here in just a minute. Okay, guys. So as I mentioned, I've got both detectors in here, the XP Deus and the Manticore. So let's just kind of go through what it takes after you've been backpacking somewhere to get the detectors set up. We'll start with the Manticore, and okay, so I may actually have to take all my other stuff out, and that's, I don't count that as a problem, but anyway, we'll get the Deus stem out, put that right there. Might as well get the coil and the other stem. Okay, now other than where the control box is, that's just a matter of sliding it together, and we're done. Manticore, okay, I'll get that dude out. Now once I get my folding control box mod for the Manticore, then all of this will become easier. But anyway, because you have wires on the Manticore, you know, it's a little more of a chore, but nonetheless, here we are, we're finished. So if I wanted to, I can just take this armrest right off, and that will help. So once I get the folding control box mod, you know, that lays down. The upper shaft is a little bit on the long side. It does protrude from the backpack, but it's not the worst thing ever. But here we are, we're ready to go. And so I'll just show you also what I use for an excavation tool when I'm backpacking. Good old E-tool. Now this is a Gerber E-tool. This is a tank of a E-tool. Highly recommended. It works really well as a backwoods detecting shovel, and yeah, so anyway, enough of that. We're gonna get moving here and see what we can find with the Manticore. Okay guys, I've got you perched in a tree. Had a 56 signal. Definitely reading in the trash range. But it's jumping everywhere. Look at that target trace. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a mess. For sure gonna be trash. I moved it that fast. Let's see what the old pinpointer says. Trophy nail. And that would make sense. Big iron like that, it kind of sometimes reads off the edge of the coil, and you know, that's normal. So. All right guys, well I've got this signal. This is probably going to be a piece of aluminum, but we'll dig it. If I don't lose track of where it was, we'll dig it and we'll see just what it is. In fact, you know what? With all those pine needles, and if it is aluminum, it could get thrown out of there so fast. So, oh, there we go. I don't know if you saw that. A 22 bullet. All right. So, not old, but anyway, unfired. So, not iron. So anyway, fast is pretty good out here, it seems like. All right, guys. Well, I came from up there, and you have to be careful in this terrain because, you know, you get curious, and it's like, oh, well, it's easy to go down, looking for the flat spots, looking for some activity. But the next thing you know, you're way down, and so you've got to climb back up, or at least sometimes you might. In my case, my backpack is still up there, so obviously I've got to go back up. But nonetheless, I found a prospect hole. So, gosh, that air is still getting me. But anyway, that's a prospect hole. Now, there's not going to be any nuggets in there because this area was just super fine gold. But there might be some kind of an old relic. So that's what I'm after right now. And I'll get back to you. I'm going to get down there. And I don't know if I'm going to clean all those pine cones out, but I guess it could happen. We'll see. Back uphill and... oh, yeah, there we go. Well, all my stuff is too close, so let me move it. But anyway, I got this squeaker. It's actually kind of screaming. Let's see here. So it's going to be junk, but let's see. Probably another 22 bullet. But let's just see what we got. Not too bad digging. Disappearing target. That happens sometimes with the Minelab multi-frequency machines. You just get used to it. Just because the target is basically now disturbed, there's maybe just air around it now. Okay. Whatever it is going to be really small, which if I had a magnet, I'd probably be able to pick it up. It's probably iron. But now I'm just curious. Not in there. It says I'm right on it. If it blew away, it didn't. There it is. All right, this is the kind of thing we find in a gold field all the time. That little shard of iron there, that's like a boot tack. I can't quite get it. Let's see. I don't know. Either that or it's just the tip off of some small implement. But nonetheless, that's the kind of stuff you find in the gold fields a lot. And anyway, yeah, okay. All right, so you remember the giant boulder I showed you? Well, I'm in this little kind of a grotto area. Look how that boulder just perched right there. Anyway, not the only one like that around here, but just kind of going along here and looking for anything that I might find, that I might get a signal on. All right, guys, well, I took a little water break, and I don't feel like I'm really done using the Manticore yet, but you know, but I also feel like I need to give the Deus a shot and see what it does. In fact, I think I'm going to just go over the exact same ground. That would only be fair, right? And just see if anything else turns up. Do I think it will? Nope. I don't think that at all. The Manticore has a lot of power. Of course, I'm running it on high sensitivity. The Deus has a crap load of power, but I think these two are fairly equal in terms of power. Anyway, okay, what I wanted to do though is, you know, I was talking about the Deus and the advantage of being able to have like essentially nothing for your detector. So let me get over here in the shade. Hopefully there aren't snakes in here, and I'm sure there's not, but anyway. So I'm gonna show you, all right? So I've got the module right there, and I've got just the stem and the coil right here. And we're gonna go into this little grotto in here. Well, that stuff in that pocket really sets that thing off. But anyway, this little grotto up here has all these little nooks and crannies. And, you know, let's just see how convenient it is to run a coil in some of these areas. Some of this stuff, there's probably critters living in and might not want to even, you know, try to reach in there. All right, so a lot of crap in here. Really more crap in there too. Oh, what was that? I don't have a digging tool with me. Okay, I'm back. Got the pinpointer and the E-tool. Oh, that's why it sounded good. This is going to be a big target. Hopefully, the way my mind works, big piece of iron, maybe it'll be a gun. Might be probably an old sign. Oh, wait a minute. All right, it's an old belt buckle or harness buckle or something. I don't know. To me, that's just a target, right? But to some people, that's a good target, and they probably know more than I do. But let's see if there's anything else there. My shoe. And I'll post this video. I know there's no fines, but, you know, I kind of wanted to make this video because it's such a cool place out here, and detecting out here is just fun, even if I don't find anything. Sadly, couldn't go to those ruins, but, you know, I'll be up here again.